Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine and an old dirt road, and you're ready to go if you want to. Hey, thanks everybody for joining us today. Live Music Nation Podcast Festival Concert Series edition. Today we are with Dave, and he is with the Montrose Summer Music Series. Dave, thanks for joining us. Give us a little background on you. Where'd you grow up? Talk a little bit about your family and your career.
Well, I grew up in Cleveland, Ohio, moved to Phoenix, Arizona in about 1975, was there for a few years and then moved up to Colorado. And I've been in Montrose, Colorado for over 40 years now. And my family lives here and helps with the concerts. I was a public school teacher for 28 years, and 1998, for some crazy reason, I thought it'd be a good idea to open a compact disc store on Main Street in Montrose. And that worked really well for a few years.
Yeah.
About 2000, 2002, the writing began to be on the wall, but MP3s were here and CDs were a dying breed. So I started doing just small concerts here in Montrose. Some were benefit shows, some were ticketed shows, and just sort of worked that. In about 2015, I decided that every little community around Montrose had some kind of summer festival going on or series. And I said, well, I don't know why we can't do that in Montrose. And
there you go.
Was talking to some buddies, and somebody suggested that the city had just purchased a sort of failing golf course and was turning it into a municipal course. And I went and talked to a city official and told him that we were thinking about doing this series and would the golf course be available. And they just thought that was a great idea. So from 2015 to 2019, we did outdoor shows on sort of a series of portable stages in the driving range so that the grass wouldn't be hurt. There was already a restaurant with a liquor license there. We got food trucks, and we've been doing these shows every summer except for 2020, of course. And pulling in about 2,000 people a night. And we settled on the first Friday, June, July, August, September. So it's become a tradition, and people now know it's the first Friday. They don't have to ask the date. They just need to show up. And what was really cool in 2021, the city decided that we needed an amphitheater in one of our parks, and spent about $3 million and built just a beautiful outdoor amphitheater with a big grassy slope in front of it. So, perfect line of vision, fantastic facility, enough electricity for all the food trucks, the bands, great green room. And so we're looking at our third summer at this brand new facility. And it's a jewel in our community.
Fantastic. Give our listeners a geographical location of Montrose.
Montrose, Colorado is on the west side of Colorado, the pretty side. If you're familiar maybe with Durango, Colorado, or Telluride, Colorado, we're just a little bit north of them. We're about 60 miles north of Telluride, 60 miles south of Grand Junction, and about 60 miles east of the Utah border. Beautiful, beautiful country, beautiful mountains.
Perfect. All right. So three questions that really help our listener take in the full liability of everything that you have and encompass that. What does it look like? You started with the description there. What does it smell like? We're going to talk about food and food trucks. That is so important to our listeners. And then 3, what kind of music are they going to hear as we go through there? So let's talk about number 1. What does it look like?
What is it? Well, it's from the parking lot, you really can't see the amphitheater, which I think is really cool. It's sort of surrounded by woods, a nice view, part of the mountains. It's a perfect spot, and big enough to hold about 5,000 people. We probably average about 2,000 people. But on our 4th of July shows and what the city does with that, we've had over 5,000 people there. And it's just, a Colorado night, dancing barefoot in thick grass. And it's a family event. Lots of kids, lots of grandmas, everything from, 3 months old to 90 years old. And so it's a real challenge to create a atmosphere and of music that's going to entertain a lot of different people. And so from the very beginning, we said, you know what, we're going to have a blues band one blues band every summer. We're going to have a rock band. We're going to have a country band. We're going to make sure that we have at least one band with horns. We're going to have at least one band with females in it, so that we have a real broad perspective of people. And so, you might not like every show, but you're going to like at least one of them.
Yeah. No, that's a great way to look at it. Absolutely. All right. So let's talk about your personal investment in this. Super smart to see what you did, of course, migrating from hard compact discs and seeing that transition take shape. Talk about your passion for live music.
Since Woodstock, I said, someday I'm going to throw me a concert. I think people in my generation, we've grown up with live music and particularly outdoor music. I can't carry a tune in a bucket. And as I tell folks, on a good day, I can tune in my stereo.
Sure.
But past that, I have absolutely no music ability, but I do have a lifelong passion for music. It's why I started a CD store. I just thought, hey, I need to get involved in music somehow. And then I decided, well, I can't play live music, but I sure can figure out how to hire bands. I think one of our bragging points back in 2015, we brought this kid out of Conroe, Texas. You might have heard a guy named Parker McCullum. Yeah, well, Parker McCullum, when he came to Montrose, played on a 12x16 stage with sort of a raggedy canvas top. I won't tell you what we paid him, but it wasn't anything close to what that kid's getting now. And
right.
He's our biggest claim to fame of one of those, hey, we knew you when.
Yeah.
And at this point, we are in the middle of fundraising and hiring bands for next year. We always have a release party for the lineup in the spring at our local brewery, Horsefly Brewing Company, and they are our beer sponsor.
Nice.
So Montrose is a small town, and we all work together.
Yeah, no, that's fantastic. Okay. Most importantly, how do people find out more information about the summer concert series?
Well, we pretty much just do it through our Facebook page, which is the Montrose Summer Music Series. At this point, you'll see pictures of all the bands we've had in the past, great pictures of the amphitheater. Montrose is just a very cool little community on the west slope of Colorado that actually the tourists have discovered it. Since pandemic, our summers have been real busy here, and we sure do appreciate the tourists coming in. And we think that this concert series has become part of the tourist attraction in the summertime for Montrose.
Yeah, that's exactly why we're doing what we do. We just have found that people want to travel, and when they can intertwine food, music, and vacation, it works very, very well. All right, a couple of fun questions today, Dave. These are just for me. I'm in live music and live entertainment. We get to travel and meet all these cool people every year, and we always kind of get a little different insight and feedback. So first question for you is, what is the best concert you've ever been to your entire life?
Oh, man. I guess one of the biggest surprises was seeing Jethro Tull back in about 72. It was 2 weeks before Thick as a Brick was released. And, anymore now, if somebody's going to go out on tour, they're going to leak music on the internet. Well, back then, obviously that was not an option. We all got to, in that gym that night, got to hear Thick as a Brick start to finish, and nobody had ever heard it before. And
Wow.
it just blew people away. You know, a lot of people are, I don't want to go see them. I've never heard their music. Well, Jethro Tull showed them that you don't have to hear it first. We're not very far from Telluride, and Telluride has a really great blues festival in September. They've got a bluegrass festival in June, and have seen just some incredible acts there, and combinations of folks that you're only going to see at a place like Telluride.
Yeah. Yeah. All right. Dead or alive? Second question. Dead or alive? You get to see one musical actor, artist. Who would you choose to see?
Otis Redding.
Oh, that was easy. That was quick. And that is the first. I love that question. That's the first Otis Redding I've heard. That's fantastic.
Grew up on soul music, and Otis was the king.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, if you've ever seen the film of Monterey Pop Festival, Otis ripped it up, and I would just love to see a live show with that much energy and the horns and everything going on. So
yeah,
that's my answer.
That's perfect. What a great answer. I love that. I love new answers. It makes me think and wonder. Very good. Well, Dave, thank you so much for joining us today. I appreciate you greatly.
Well, Jake, thank you. I really, really appreciate it. America, the world, come see Montrose, Colorado. First Friday, June, July, August, September. We're going to have more fantastic acts. So again, Jake, thanks for talking to me. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome. You're welcome.
Well, baby, I'm on it with a bottle of wine and an old dirt road.